Hi there folks, my name's NovaWrap and welcome to another episode of the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are on Sunday the 7th of July 2019 with another exciting episode, and we're going to jump straight into it with some X-Plane releases this week. So the guys over at Orbix have continued on with their work of coming over to X-Plane 11, and this time with not a port over. This is the only release of this airport that they've done, which is this time for East Midlands Airport, or Echo Golf November X-Ray. So East Midlands Airport used to be an RAF station back in the Second World War, but then was turned over to civilian use in the 1960s, and has actually soldiered on to become quite an important place both for aviation history, but also for servicing the rise of the budget airlines. So this rendition of East Midlands Airport includes, as a highly detailed rendition of it as it appears at the start of 2019, includes high definition 2K textures throughout the airport, throughout all the airport buildings, full implementation of PBR texturing and lighting for both the buildings, the textures, and also the ground textures as well, including the asphalt. Also includes highly detailed interior modeling of the tower and terminal buildings, implementation of static aircraft that are typical of the aircraft that attend the airfield, including DHL freighters, Thomas Cook Jet 2 and Ryanair and Flybe static aircraft all included. They've also got a few other cool things going on there as well. The Royal Air Force Museum located at the airport is actually fully included and detailed as well. Includes a variety of custom 3D objects and custom sort of terrain elements that have included to support the surrounding area, including a local racetrack, which includes, and this is kind of cool, an actual set of racing vehicles that race every 20 minutes around the racing track. That's cool. Awesome work, that one. Anyway, looks cool. Also includes wind turbines from the local wind farm. Also smoke coming out of chimneys that react to wind speed and direction as well. There's a lot going on here and pretty cool. Now, a lot of that's the stuff that many of us are kind of used to seeing from their ESP platform products, but I think this is the first time they included it in their X-Plane 11 product. So kind of cool, kind of awesome, this one. As I said, looking pretty spectacular. As I said, a lot of highly detailed work that we used to see from Orbix, but great to see them showing some love for the X-Plane world. Now, of course, this is designed and optimized to work with Orbix's photoreal sort of True Earth Great Britain South series sort of product. However, it is compatible with default X-Plane 11 as well. You will miss a few things, like some of the integration with the local terrain, local forest and stuff like that. However, it will work with or without True Earth Great Britain South, but it is of course designed for it, so there you go. And this one's available now from Orbix Direct, coming in for about $23 US, or your regional equivalent, available now. In other X-Plane 11 scenery releases this week, so we saw the release of Menorca Airport for X-Plane 11 from a developer, Juan Pedro Guaco Perez. I've never seen him pop up before, so I have no idea if this is new content or not from him, but it seems to be kind of interesting. So this is a very popular Spanish holiday destination. It's one of the Balearic Islands located in the Mediterranean. Beautiful part of the world. Not really a great deal of information about this this add-on really, other than the fact that it is an X-Plane 11 add-on. From the screenshots that I can tell, it looks like how it is modeled at the end of 2018. The buildings and the ground textures look incredibly highly detailed, I'll give them that. As I said, there's not a lot of information that came out in this, just sort of some stuff about the actual sort of just some generic stuff about the airport, but not really that. However, the add-on does appear to include, not only does it include the main airport, it also includes a local light aircraft GA airfield as well, the Mahano Aero Club. And also includes the heliport at the University Hospital at the local town. So, looks like there's some fairly cool stuff going on with this one. As I said, it's a pretty cool. Otherwise, detailed texture-wise, looking very highly detailed in their textures. Beautiful 3D modeling throughout the airport buildings, and looking pretty damn amazing. So this one's available for X-Plane 11 from SimMarket, coming in at about $30 US, or your original equivalent, available now. Continuing on with another scenery release, this time heading back over to the Atlantic to America with the release of John Glenn Columbus International Airport, which is the main airport servicing Columbus in Ohio. Now this one comes to us from Aero Designs, and again comes through a very highly detailed, accurate 3D model, also rendition of the airport, including accurate 3D models of all major airport buildings and the layout of the airport as it appears again at the end of 2018. So it includes high resolution textures of all of the major airport buildings, performance-friendly 3D models for both the buildings and also all the ground service equipment. Includes baked ambient occlusion, full implementation of HDR night lighting. Does not state whether or not it supports PBR. I'm reading between the lines and thinking that it may not, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I can't find any sort of guaranteed information, yes or no, of the direction for this one. Does include, however, not only summer effects, but also summer textures also include winter textures and winter effects as well, which is pretty kind of cool. Otherwise, the ground markings, ground texturing looks very high resolution and very highly detailed. It also includes a range of orthophotos for the airport and surrounding area as well. So looking pretty cool, pretty awesome. Coming in at $22 US, or the original equivalent, available now from xplane.org. Sticking with X-Plane 11 releases, but moving into the skies. This time to the guys over at RW Designs have released their rendition of the Cessna Citation Mustang. I always love this aircraft. Like, I just think it's kind of cool. Like, it's this quaint, cute little business jet. It's only designed for 5 passengers, and basically it's just... It's the ultimate rich man's tool. Like, rich man's toy. It really is. It's just awesome. But yeah, this is a high-resolution 3D model, including 4K textures throughout the aircraft, both internally and externally. Full integration for VR, support for VR pilots out there as well. Full custom sound set has been included, which has been modeled and designed off a real world Cessna Citation Mustang. Updated includes a variety of full implementation of highly accurate set of internal flight dynamics, as well as highly accurate internal systems as well, including custom electrical, fuel testing, and autopilot systems have all been modeled. Does use the G1000 basic one provided by Laminar, but it has been modified to suit the aircraft, which is kind of cool. Includes also interactive 3D passengers as well, which is kind of cool, kind of interesting. Always kind of like when I see that one. And as I said, look. I've always liked the Mustang. The Cessna Mustang is always it's the ultimate rich man's tool. Always wanted to be out. I will never be rich enough to afford one. I can dream, but that's fine. Anyway, if I can't have one in the real world, I can have one in the virtual world. So again, this one's available for $32 US, or the original equivalent, available now from the xplane.org store. Alright, moving out of the X-Plane 11 world and moving into the world of Prepared V4. Quite a few releases for Prepared V4, exclusive releases this week. Starting with the guys over at Island Sim coming out with their release of Incheon International Airport. So, this is of course, the primary international airport servicing South Korea, based out of Incheon, obviously. It still services Seoul because it's not that far from Seoul, so that's why it's the main airport for South Korea. So it services the Seoul capital area, which sort of, it's a couple of airport servicing, but this is the main one. So the airport was originally launched in March 2001, which replaced the old Gimpo International Airport. So Incheon previously, I believe it actually was a military airfield originally, and then it was handed over to civilian use. I may be wrong for that one. Actually, no, tell a lie. I was completely wrong about that one. Sorry, I'm just rechecking my notes here. For some reason, I thought of that. I don't know why, but no, it's actually a completely brand new airport that was actually made from made of artificial land connecting 2 islands that were there. So there you go. Kind of cool, kind of awesome. Like some Japanese airports that were made out of artificial islands. Anyway, moving on. So this one is accurate version of the airport as it appears in 2019, including up-to-date versions of the Terminal 1 and Terminal 2 buildings, concourse, hangars, and towers, all accurate and all up-to-date, as I said, to how they appear in 2019. Includes high-definition textures throughout, full implementation of SODE animated jetway systems for all gates, custom runway, apron, and tarmac textures, or full implementation of high-res photoreal seasonal imagery has been included for the airport and surrounding area as well. Also includes the neighboring Songdo city, as well as parts of the Incheon city, as well major visual landmarks of the Incheon city, skyscrapers and other parts of the port have also been included as well. Also includes a variety of hand-placed autogen for the specific parts of the city, as well as updating the land class, implementation of a custom Incheon bridge model, which connects the airport to the mainland, which apparently is also South Korea's longest bridge as well, which is kind of cool, and also includes an animated maglev airport shuttle train, which is kind of cool. Now, it's funny actually, so this is a Prepared V4 exclusive, so only compatible with Prepared V4, not any of the previous ESP platforms. There's a big bold red warning on the on Island Sim's website as well, just reminding you of that. So kind of cool, kind of awesome. So yeah, if you guys wanted to pick this one up, this one's coming in at $36 or your original equivalent, available now from Island Sim. Alright, continuing on with more Prepared V4 releases, the guys over at Just Sim have released their rendition of Heraklion International Airport in Greece, which is the primary airport of the Greek side of the island of Crete in Greece. Sorry, again, I'm having a bad day today. For some reason, I got Crete and Cyprus mixed up. I've been working on something else for Cyprus. Anyway, moving on. So this is also the Greece's second busiest airport after Athens. So kind of cool for a fairly small island of Crete. But anyway, so this is Just Sim's rendition of it. Funnily enough, FSDG did a rendition of this airport some time ago, and funnily enough, it just announced that they are going to be updating it and bringing it in line with Prepared V4 and doing all the updates for it, which is kind of interesting. But in the meantime, if you want it in V4, you're basically going to have to go with the guys over at Just Sim's one. So, typical stuff at Just Sim, come a release of the airport as it appears. It looks like as it appears at the end of 2018. I think it is missing some of the stuff from 2019. Otherwise, includes 3D models of all of the major airport buildings, which have all been implemented to use PBR materials now, which is kind of cool, pretty important. Include also all the ground polygons and ground textures have also been updated to support PBR as well, which is a pretty damn big overhaul for that one. Includes also support for dynamic lighting of the apron, high resolution ground and building textures throughout. It's completely compatible with AI traffic as well, with a variety of 3D birds and animations and 3D grass and updated 3D taxiway lighting as well. Also includes a range of photoreal background for the airport and surrounding area, which will automatically change with the season as well. So, and it also includes reflections, glass reflections as well. So. This is a side note. This is a comment that I often make with a lot of Just Sim products. Now, in the past, they would sort of say, some feature coming soon, and then never actually release the feature. I noticed that they've actually dropped SODE support. So there's no SODE jetways, and doesn't look like any SODE content is actually included with this model, or even said that they might be trying to bring it into the future, which is. I'm happy that actually they're not trying to promise something they're not delivering, which is good. A little frustrating that maybe, so it doesn't say whether or not the gates work, but I don't think there are many gates at this airport. It's sort of a ramp airport, so there's no actual sort of jetways. So maybe there's just things like there's no need for the support there, but just an interesting observation for that one. So yeah. Anyway, if you wanted to pick this one up, looking at $21 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Continuing on with other Prepared V4 exclusive releases this week, the guys over Digital Design have made their another foray into Prepared World with their release of Tivat Airport, which is an international airport. So they're serving Montenegro, specifically the coastal town of Tivat and the surrounding region. So this is an interesting airport, and if you're looking for a challenging approach, this is one that you're probably going to want. So because of it's sort of bracketed by a large range in a mountain valley on the coast there, due to that surrounding hilly terrain and the valley that you actually have to fly through to get to the airport, it presents some challenges to landing because of a lot of crosswinds coming through. Sort of the airport sort of direction is a bit challenging, and the winds will change very quickly. So yeah, it's a very interesting and challenging approach, and a great way to actually be able to come through and look at a highly detailed airport to reward you for that challenging approach. Now, this is the highly detailed. Not only does it give you a highly detailed rendition of the airport and all the buildings as it appears in 2019, which include, by the way, a full implementation of PBR materials throughout the airport 3D objects. It also includes a highly detailed rendition of the of Tivat City, just outside of the airport as well. Also includes high-resolution airport photo reel of the surrounding mountains and hills as well, along with a range of custom autogens included for the airport and surrounding township as well. Also supports a rain weather effects with including puddles effects throughout the airport. As I said, full implementation of high-resolution textures and ground textures for the airport, including support for full PBR. Also includes some other 3D animated wildlife as well, and full implementation of dynamic lighting as well. So, looking pretty cool, pretty awesome for the guys at Digital Design. Coming in for $21 US, or your regional equivalent, available now from Sim Markets. In another release for this time for Prepare, but this one is for the full ESP range. This one, so the guys over Tropical Sim are continuing on with their reboot of their Azores island change airports. So this time round, this is the release of Graciosa, or El Lima Papa Golf Romeo. So this one, as I said, supports all of the ESP platforms, including FSX, FSX Steam, and Prepared in all its variety of forms. So this is an update of the airport as it appears during 2019. And continues on with their reboot, as I said, of the whole island chain, the Azores island chain. So this one includes the rendition of the airport as it appears, as I said, in 2019. Includes update of the our entire island as well. So they've redone the land class, redone the terrain mesh, and redone the coastline for the island. Full implementation of dynamic lighting for the airport and surrounding area as well. Full implementation of custom 3D models, wet surface and ground effect for Prepared in its variety of forms, and fully compatible with AR traffic, and a few other updates to come along as well. So looking pretty cool, pretty awesome. If you are a previous owner of the Tropical Sim Azores series, you will get a discount off that if you buy it through the same store. Otherwise, if you're buying it, you're looking at paying $16 US, or your regional equivalent, available now from Sim Markets. Sticking with flight simulation, but moving into the world of DCS. Well, this time the guys over at DCS have brought across they've done their usual thing. So they released something for their main platform, and then eventually they drag their ass and bring it across onto the Steam Edition platform. So, specifically, we're talking this week about the Focke-Wulf 190 Alpha 8. So, it was released into the DCS World about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it is now finally made its way across onto the Steam Edition platform. I'm not going to go into it too much because it's the same thing, nothing's different, it's just now for Steam users. And I still say, if you're going to do it, don't, if you're going to support Steam Edition, support it. Don't drag your heels and take so long to bring it across. But anyway, rant for another day. Coming in at $50 US, or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. Alright, sticking with simulation but moving to ground level, and this time the guys over at Train Simulator 2019 have released their latest train edition, which is the Norfolk Southern GP60 locomotive. So this is, again, one of the long series of the many renditions of various parts of the GP series. The GP60 was a successor to the highly successful GP40 series from the manufacturer Electromotive, and it's a very iconic Norfolk. So this is primarily the Norfolk Southern version of the GP60, and was required during the 1990s and assigned to various routes throughout America. So this one specifically comes through, as I said, a highly detailed rendition of it, including a realistic cab, controls, operating features modeled off the real one, including a custom sound set. It depicts specifically the 3800 horsepower GP60 early version. Also includes a ability to be able to do a quick start or take it from a cold and dark state, your choice. Also fully supported with quick drive compatibility. Includes 3 career scenarios. The career three career scenarios that it ships with do require you to own the Norfolk Southern N line route if you do have to use the included scenarios. Otherwise, it is fully compatible with various workshop scenarios as well. So this one's coming in at $20 US, or the original equivalent, available now on Steam. Sticking with ground level, but moving into the dirt this time. Dirt Rally 2.0 released 2 new vehicles this week. Not much to say about these. Like, literally the information that's been released by Codemasters is sweet FA. So the first vehicles that released was the Lancia 37 Evo 2. They're up to what, Evo 10, Evo 12 now, I think, so it's definitely sort of dating itself there. And the other one, of course, is the Porsche 911 SCRS. Does the 911 ever actually change? Like, it seriously looks like the same car back in the day, except for this giant sort of, thing at the front. Not sure what that is, to be honest, but anyway. Both of these vehicles are available as part of My Team Custom and Titram Rally locations, and all coming in for $2 US each, available now for Dirt Rally 2.0. And with that, folks, does round out the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And, of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWrap24. Alright, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.